she wanted to do was to find somebody that would treat her good, get married, and have children.
I mean, you couldn't have been no happier if you'd hit a lottery.
We didn't know then what was really going on.
911, what is your emergency? The one actually left about 10:30 last night. She hasn't came back in. Okay. She hasn't showed up in court.
All these thoughts go through your head.
It went from a missing persons to where do I go from here?
And when the details started rolling out, the forensics started coming in, it overwhelmed me. I was blindsided. I didn't see it coming.
It's August 4th, 1989, in Knox County, Kentucky. 32-year-old Air Force serviceman Roger Harris waits patiently at the altar for his bride.
Roger was very nervous, just pacing back and forth, waiting, not knowing what to do.
The bride's mother, 38-year-old Patricia Jordan, checks to see if her daughter is ready to make her entrance.
Okay. But I was very proud, to see my daughter actually get married. I wanted to make sure everything was perfect.
Finally, Roger's bride, 20-year-old Donna, appears. Her 42-year-old father, Bryce, walks his daughter down the aisle.
Here comes Donna and her dad, Bryce. Oh, she looks so pretty in that picture. She was a beautiful bride.
Donna Jordan was born on November 25th, 1968, in Valparaiso, Indiana.
We had 3 children, Donna Lynn Jordan, my number 1, Bryce Wayne Jordan, number 2, and Shannon Marie Jordan, number 3.
The Jordan children grow up on their parents' farm.
We had horses, cattle, pigs, goats, chickens, just things that normal people have on the farm. Donna took very good care of the younger children when we was out doing farm work, stuff like that.
I was close to my older sister Donna because me and her was only 3 years apart. She was more mature for her age than the rest of us was. She was the one who kept us in check on all that and made sure that we didn't do nothing foolish to get hurt.
In the spring of 1988, 19-year-old Donna leaves the security of her family.
We had an aunt that was serving in the military in Hawaii. She had a daughter, and she needed a live-in babysitter that the military was even willing to pay for. So Donna got a free ride to go to Hawaii and be paid to be a live-in babysitter.
Within a few months, Donna meets Roger, a divorced dad of 1.
He would hang out over at my sister's house, Roger would, and that's where he met Donna.
And my aunt basically said he's a lifetime military man, and he is highly recognized amongst his peers in the military, and that he had never been any kind of mischief or trouble. Then we got letters saying that she found somebody that she was able to open up and talk to, and somebody that was taking her out on the town and treating her to dinners and treating her wonderful.
Roger proposes 6 months after he and Donna first meet. The pair tie the knot 5 months later.
Either of you go in, tell why you may not be lost when we get you. Speak up now, back out now, or forevermore hold your peace.
Oh, they're beautiful, beautiful, happy. I don't think Donna could smile any wider than what she's smiling. She sure is pretty.
I Bill Bonds, the state of Kentucky. I'm announcing your husband and wife. Yes, sir.
At the reception, Donna and Roger share a wedding toast.
Now, this is where they want them to cross arms. They didn't know quite how to cross arms.
All right, Joe.
And they was much more more relaxed at that time, like, oh, thank God it's over with. We're married now. We can go on with our life. And we felt very, very good about it. Very good.
A week after the wedding, Roger is transferred to Moody Air Force Base near Valdosta, Georgia.
They went on like a week's honeymoon, and then they moved to a house in Georgia where it wasn't maybe a mile from the Air Force Base where he was stationed at.
Donna's siblings come to visit in July 1990. Donna videotapes her little sister Shannon, Roger, and Roger's daughter from his previous marriage.
That's the kind of man that Donna married right there. Just loving to have fun. As you can see, look at the grins on their face at the fun they were having. Just picking on each other. If the kids wanted to wrestle, he would literally get right down on the floor with them and roll around like a dog. It was fun.
Donna's brother Bryce takes over filming.
Me and Donna's relationship, when we're together, if we weren't picking on each other, one of the two of us was having a really bad day. And it was just always little picking going on and letting each other know that we still loved one another.
The next day, the group head out to watch an air show.
Now, Debbie, you can first with that pilot.
I had Roger's daughter to the right, Shannon to the left, and Roger was notorious for giving the Queen Elizabeth wave. And there I was. The sun was bright that day. I remember that. Like I said, I got sunburned pretty badly. And they were on the blanket. They were cutting up, clowning around. I was sitting there enjoying watching, but I wasn't joining in. So she had to pick on me just to get me to react for the video camera.
Look, you said dinosaur we won't see.
Even though Donna was married, she had her own life. But when me, Donna, and Shannon would get together, it was like we had never left one another's side.
The following summer, Donna is home alone when she hears a knock at the door.
A gentleman had broke down in the neighborhood in the middle of the heat in June in Georgia. It was, right around 100 degrees. Nobody would answer the door to him until he come to Donna's house. He wanted to know if he could just borrow a phone to call somebody to come and get him.
Donna, being the person that Donna was, she was going to help him.
After the phone call, he asked her for a glass of water. She stepped in the house. He stepped in behind her.
And when she turned it back to get him the glass of water, he had pulled a knife on Donna.
He held the knife to her there until a friend called, and this friend was supposed to have met Donna for a walk. Well, the friend called to cancel the walk or to change time, and Donna acted like everything was peaches and cream and the walk was going on. And that woman's like, are you in trouble? And it went into a coded phone call at the time to where the friend knew Donna was in distress.
Donna ends the call with her friend. Then the man with the knife attacks her.
It was a violent rape at knife point, and we don't know if he was intending on killing Donna or if he was just going to leave. We don't know because the police was able to get there before them.
Donna's attacker is named Kenneth Battles. She testifies at Battles' trial in March 1992.
When she went to court for the rape, I came down to support her. She seemed nervous, scared, afraid that if what she said or what she'd done, that he would get out and come back and harm her.
The jury finds Kenneth Battles guilty of rape, aggravated assault, and kidnapping. The judge sentences him to 60 years in prison.
Afterwards, she wouldn't go nowhere by herself. She was too afraid to. She was very frightened. And she was scared to even stay by herself after that for a while. But Roger seemed very kind and willing to help her. He was there for her. And it seems like they could lean on each other. Never seemed like there was any doubt that they really loved each other and they was there for each other. And that's pretty important in a marriage.
On October 22nd, 1992, Donna gives birth to a son, Joey.
Joseph was born, and she was very, very happy. Roger was very happy, excited. I got a boy, I got a boy. I mean, he was like a proud peacock.
And Joey just brought so much joy to the home. Her and Roger both were just beautiful again. They had a glow to them. They was living large.
Okay, here's Donna. He's trying to get him to nap, what it is. Get him good and tired so she can put him down for his nap. That's how she checks him. See how she picks up the arm and drops it?
Donna revels in her role as a new mom, but she continues to struggle in the aftermath of her rape the year before.
After the rape, my sister was just completely different. Even after Joey was born, we had noticed Donna was still very insecure. She would just kind of withdraw. We tried to be there as much as we could. We showed support as a family.
In July 1994, the Air Force transfers Roger to Arkansas. The family moves to Harrison. The change of scene focuses Donna's mind about what she wants from life.
Once Joey started getting old enough to start preschool, kindergarten, she wanted to find something to start doing to give her life a purpose. Donna come to the decision to become a nurse.
Donna enrolls in nursing school in August 1994. Roger films Joey as he greets his mom after a day in class.
I apparently would wait at the front door like a lost puppy and just wait for her to come in.
Hi, Jojo.
As soon as she got home and got out of the car, I was jumping up in her arms.
Oh, that's just the sweetest thing.
Roger and Donna see their stay in Arkansas as temporary. They both hanker to live somewhere warmer.
The trip has now begun.
In March 1995, they drive the 900-mile journey to Lake City, Florida, to scope out land on which to build a forever home.
This is the new home going to be. This is her spot of ground. There's 10 acres. As you see, it's very sandy.
Corner of the lot. It's all the way back to those pine trees back there.
They had dreams of owning land, having livestock, and just a place where they could relax. Everything seemed like it was just coming together.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the retirement party.
3 months later, Roger retires from the Air Force.
Roger retired after 17 years out of the military, June 30th of 1995. They did all these accommodational rewards, medals, and things that he received, and Donna also received one for being the wife of a military person. It's hard to be a military wife for the simple reason, when you're in the military, they go away for months and years on end, and you have to be supportive of what they're doing, keep up the home in the States.
I want to thank from the bottom of my heart Donna for her support. She got a crash course in military life as I reported into a fighter wing. She went through a lot of trying times with me, lonely times, stressful times, but through them all, she stood proud and stood beside me. And from that, she's got the longest space in the park I could ever have.
The Harris family makes the move to Florida in the fall of 1995. Donna finds work at a veterans hospital in Lake City. Roger stays at home and looks after Joey. A year later, Donna discovers that she is pregnant with her second child.
It's a boy. No doubt about it.
When Donna found out that she was pregnant with another child, she was kind of beside herself, happy-go-lucky. She had a good job, a good career. She had her children. Roger seemed very contented.
But I was never sure how Roger's mindset was with getting out of the military. He ran his house like a military base, and Roger would be harsh on her. I started seeing a side of Roger, a very manipulating, controlling side to him that the family had never got to see.
Timothy was born March 13th, 1997 at the Gainesville Hospital in Gainesville, Florida. It seemed like a very joyous occasion, happy. And Timmy was so tiny. He was such a tiny little thing. Joseph was very, very excited that he had a baby brother.
Is the baby home too?
Donna just got out of the hospital, was coming home. Roger's got the baby. He's helping Donna out. She wouldn't let me have a foot.
We made it for my baby. We made it for my baby, Dad, you see?
Shannon baked the cake. She worked all day on it. Joey's so excited. Made it for my baby. Made it for my baby brother.
This is young Timmy.
You know, I had no idea how excited I was for him to come home. And I love that it just seems stuck on. That's my baby. It's my baby brother. That's adorable. And we're a family.
1 year later, Donna's parents sell their home in Kentucky. They move to Lake City, Florida, to be closer to Donna and their grandchildren.
This is when things, we felt a little different. All of a sudden, Roger, he didn't want us there. We didn't know why. Donna was becoming more independent. He did not like that. He got bored watching the kids, taking care of things. He went on to work then for Walmart.
We have Walmart.
While he was working there, they offered him a chance to become a district manager.
Roger made it really key to everybody knowing that a man needs to be the provider and then a woman's place is in the house. Donna worked very hard as a nurse, and Roger was not real thrilled about it. But by the end, Roger was showing her a little bit of support to help her, but she still had to maintain her housework.
Oh, Roger decided he wanted to keep the kids at home more, so he was going to hire a babysitter. In December of 1996, Donna and Roger went to a Christmas party, and that's where they met Jennifer Palmer. Jennifer kind of needed a place to stay, and it was going to be beneficial for Donna and Roger for her to move in with them so that she could be a babysitter where they didn't have to run the kids anywhere. They could be more at home. So he hired this girl, and Donna seemed okay with it at the time because then she wouldn't have to pay that much for a sitter.
But then Donna told me that her and Roger wasn't getting to spend time together. He was always at work.
And Donna was getting kind of suspicious, more or less, of what was going on because of the way they connected with each other and snuck around and talked to each other. July 3rd of 1998, Donna discovered emails with Jennifer Palmer and Roger. He would give her times, when to meet with her, when not to.
Roger was having an affair. All the nights that she was worried about him working late, he wasn't working. It just devastated her. It felt like somebody just tore her world away from her.
She just told Roger she wanted to get away for a few days and clear her head. So she come over and stayed, and she talked. We all talked it out. And so when she went back, she confronted him about the emails. He says, oh yes, he says, I fell away and I cheated on you and I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. She says, well, the girl has to go, has to move out. She was getting pretty hard on Roger by this time. And so he said, okay, I'll move her out. She said, if you don't, I will. Donna chucked her out more or less on her ear. All her stuff and all. Right out the door, honey.
Jennifer rents a place in town, but Donna keeps her on as the family's babysitter.
It was really surprising that Donna would even still talk to her and to allow her to come back and babysit, but Roger had to be out of the house. She babysat a few weeks after that to finally Donna seen or knew that they were still seeing each other and that she was actually coming over when Donna was gone, sneaking behind her back, and Roger sneaking even though he promised that he wouldn't. Donna said that she wanted Jennifer Palmer not to have no part whatsoever in their lives, and they would have nothing more to do with Jennifer Palmer.
Roger went to counseling and broke up with Jennifer Palmer, and everything was going good. He wanted to be back with Donna, that he realized his mistake.
By that time, Donna and Roger was seeming like they was trying to put their marriage together. Around her, he portrayed the loving father, husband. She knew no different. She thought, well, yeah, he had a fling. It's over with. Let's move on. And that's just the way she was. This was Thanksgiving in 98. They decided to come over to our house for Thanksgiving dinner.
The whole family's together. The kids know to stay out of the house, stay out of the kitchen, get out from under their feet. I remember hanging a little airplane out in the front yard. It seemed like most of the family atmosphere was, when we were there together, nothing else mattered.
We see no change, not at that point, other than things were just a little more quieter than normal, but because we didn't know then what was really going on.
Nobody could ever imagine that it would turn out the way that they did. I was blindsided. I didn't see it coming.
What is your emergency? Hi, my name is Roger Harris. My wife left about 10:30 last night. She hasn't came back in. Okay. She hasn't showed up at work. She left at 10:30, said she was going to Walmart. What kind of vehicle was she driving? It's a 92 Chevy Astro. Was she by herself? She's at the house, yes ma'am. Okay, we'll get an officer to come by and speak with you, okay? Thank you.
On December 4th of 1998, Roger brought Timmy to our home and told us that Donna was missing. I said, what do you mean Donna's missing? He said, well, Donna got in her van last night, was going to go to Walmart and exchange a jack that she had bought me for my birthday, but I already had one, so she was going to take it back. And he said she'd never come back home. Donna would not leave her boys, Donna would not go out of the house at night. All these things is running through my head. And when I told Bryce about it, he said, something's not right. He says, call the police. I called the police and told them what was going on, what I thought. And they said, we can't put out any kind of report, he said, for 24 hours. And I said, you people don't understand. This is not Donna. And I got on to him. I was calling him every hour on the hour. So finally they got tired of me calling. And I said, I ain't waiting no 24 hours. We're crazy-headed. We knew something was wrong. On Sunday, we knew, just a feeling, that something bad had happened to Donna.
"72 hours after Donna's disappearance, the Columbia County Sheriff's Office receives a report of a suspicious abandoned vehicle.
On December 7th, employees of the truck stop located at I-75 and 441 called 911 stating that they've noticed a foul odor coming from the area of the van that was in the north parking lot. Upon my arrival, I noticed the 1992 Chevy Astra van in the north parking lot, away from the business, isolated by itself. We ran the vehicle license plate and it came back to Roger and Donna Harris. Walking around to the right side of the van where the sliding door is, I could observe a deceased white female in an advanced state of decomposition. Looking at her, she matched the description of what we believe to be Donna Harris.
Crime scene technicians search the vehicle.
She was face down with her head between the seat and the wall of the van. You could not make out any type of injury to the head or body. A nail punch was located near Donna's body. It's used to drive through pieces of metal, nails that you can't extract out of something. They had found a purse behind the passenger seat, a bolt, and a floor jack in the rear of the van. My mind immediately raced to something's not right here. The doors are locked, the keys are missing. She's face down in the far back seat. In my mind, there's foul play. It went from a missing persons to a homicide case.
Detectives delay notifying Donna's family about their discovery until they have more information.
The problem with small towns is words get out fast. People start making calls and there's 50 stories out there and 49 and a half of them are incorrect. So when we located Donna, we're going to be very tight-lipped. I begin the process of finding where has Donna been these 3 days. I went to the VA domiciliary for veterans to interview co-workers, see when she had been there, what shift she worked, and gaining insight on Donna's work, what she had said about her home life. And I was told that she had been complaining about marital problems with Roger Harris. Donna's colleagues told us that he was having an affair with a girl named Jennifer Palmer. While speaking with co-workers of Donna Harris, one of the male employees points out the window and says, "There goes Roger now." I'm interested in why Roger is pulling through Donna Harris's work. I immediately went to the parking lot, got into my unmarked vehicle, and began to follow Roger.
Roger drives to a nearby residential property. Detective Brown watches Roger enter the house.
On the day that we found his wife deceased in the van, I definitely wanted to know who lived there.
Detective Brown's colleagues report that the residence belongs to Roger's alleged mistress, Jennifer Palmer.
10 minutes later, Roger emerges from the residence and gets into his car and proceeds southbound on Country Club Road off of Fayette. So we follow Roger all the way to his residence. And while up the road, I contact Roger by phone. and announce who I am. I asked him if he had seen or heard from Donna. Any updates? Roger tells me I was going to ask you the same thing. I get some base information from him, and I started to throw some things out there and ask him about his relationship with Jennifer Palmer. He was extremely nervous, voice shaking, not sure what to say. He immediately starts telling me they were having marital problems. He admits to an affair with Jennifer. Roger said that 6 days prior, on December the 1st, was the last time that he had seen Jennifer. So I knew that he was lying. I knew there was more for Roger to tell me, and it probably wasn't going to be good.
Detective Brown arranges for Roger and Jennifer to be interviewed at the sheriff's office.
So I'm getting very serious at this point about finding out what happened to Donna, and I feel like I have the 2 people on the way to tell me the answers. Jennifer was more nervous than most people I had dealt with in my career. Hands visibly shaking, eyes tearing up. When I asked Jennifer the last time she had seen Roger Harris, Jennifer told me it was on the 1st of December. This is also what Roger had told me. I told her that we basically had found Donna deceased in a van and that she had been killed, and I wanted to know what she knew about that. In her actual statement after I told her she needs to get it off her chest was, I just want to tell the truth. Jennifer said that she and Roger had been having an affair for 5 months. Donna had found out about it, but the affair continues. Roger tells Jennifer, Donna's threatened to take the children from me. Divorce is not an option. I'm not going to lose property. I'm not going to lose children. My only way out is taking Donna's life.
According to Jennifer, Roger said he was going to make a gun to kill his wife with, and he invited Jennifer around to his house one day when their wife wasn't there and showed her the gun in progress.
He was slowly, methodically sawing pipe, fitting things to make a gun. I refer it to a zip gun. It's a homemade gun.
Roger had told Jennifer he was going to kill Donna with it. He was going to shoot her in the head in the van, and then he was going to need help disposing of the body.
Jennifer tells detectives that she and Roger met at a diner on the morning of December 3rd.
He says it's going to go down tonight, and he says he's going to call her when it's done. At about 10:30 that night, she gets a phone call. Roger says, well, I did it. I'm washing my hands and you need to get here.
She got to the house. Roger was there. He wanted her to follow him down to the parking lot. He parked on his van. And then Roger tried to clean up the inside of the car as best he could. And she drove him back to his house and then went and disposed of the evidence. Bloody clothes. And then she finally threw the components to the gun off the end of the dock.
Next, Detective Brown interviews Roger.
So I sat down with Roger, and he had that look. He was still doing the grieving husband look. And when Roger realized what Jennifer had shared with me, I mean, he just sat back, and it was a straight, stone, cold, changed Roger. It was, you gotta prove it, bud. I ain't saying nothing, I want an attorney.
Detective Brown arrests Roger Harris on suspicion of first-degree murder. He arrests Jennifer Palmer for being an accessory after the fact.
Well, I knew when the detectives pulled up my yard, something bad had happened bad, because he brought us Joseph. They picked him up from school, And we sat at the kitchen table. And the detective says, I hate to inform you, but we found Donna. And I said, is she okay? And he told us at that time they had found her body. You don't know to speak, you don't know to think. You're numb, a lot of it you're just numb.
When I walked into the kitchen, Nana, Pat, and Papa Bryce, both of their backs were to me. And I remember before I saw them, I heard the crying. You know, you can never really prepare a child of that. I mean, I was 6 years old at the time. They sat me down and told me that my mother was gone and wasn't coming back. That's a memory I don't think I'll ever forget.
Jennifer directs investigators to where she disposed of the items that she says Roger cleaned up from Donna's van. Investigators scour the locations to recover physical evidence that links Roger to his wife's murder.
They had scuba divers look on the bottom of the lake. There was a half-inch diameter pipe that was connected to a smaller diameter pipe that a .357 Magnum bullet would fit right into. The portions of the gun that were found in the van were the finishing nail punch and a bolt that had been sharpened on one end. You have a number of pieces in the car, and you have a number of pieces in the lake. And did they go together? They did. It was a very effective short-range murder weapon. The medical examiner, he was able to take that finishing nail punch and fit it perfectly into the hole that was in the back of Donna's head. This was probably one of the most premeditated murders that I ever handled, because you set out, I'm going to kill somebody, and in order to kill that person, I'm going to make a gun to kill him with. Roger had grown tired of his wife, Donna. He told a number of people that he hated her, and so he shot her in the back of the head with the homemade gun.
On April 24th, 2000, Roger pleads not guilty to the murder of his wife. Jennifer pleads guilty to being an accessory to murder and tampering with evidence. She agrees to testify against Roger at his trial in exchange for a lesser sentence.
On April 27th, 2000, the jury found Roger Harris guilty of murder in the first degree and conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree.
The judge sentences Roger Harris to death. An appeal court later commutes his sentence to 30 years in prison. Jennifer Palmer receives 25 years in prison. An appeal court later reduces this to 20 years.
I was very relieved when Roger Harris was sentenced to death, even though he didn't stay there, but it was like a big weight had been lifted off our shoulder, and that Donna got her justice.
My mom and dad ended up getting custody of Timmy and Joey, and when Joey was a teenager and Timmy was 8 years old, they decided they wanted to live with me and my wife. I think she'd be extremely proud of them. I know I am. I'm very proud of the way both of them have turned out.
I feel like over the years, Nana, Pat, and Papa Bryce have done a wonderful job of keeping her memory alive and well.
They ask something, we let them know. They have their pictures of her hanging up on the wall. I have kept everything that she treasured. But I still wish she was here. There'll never be another.